Morning, my name is Carlo from Sils Complete Auto Care Center. Today we're going to be inspecting brakes on this particular vehicle at the same time as we're doing a seasonal tire changeover. There was a specific complaint about a brake pedal pulsation or a thumping feeling in this particular customer's brakes. So what we want to go through and take a look at is what specific items on the brakes we should be paying attention to. So we want to get the wheel removed on this vehicle. On this particular brake system, it's a disc brake system with a brake rotor, brake pads. So what we're going to be looking for, what we're going to be inspecting on this vehicle is the brake rotor condition for any rust or any particular problems. We also want to look at the brake caliper, the brake pads, and any of the miscellaneous hardware attached to it. So these are some of the areas that we want to focus on, as well as we want to take a look inside the brake rotor to see if there's any issues inside there. We're going to go and take this apart, and then we're going to follow up and see what our inspection results are. Go. So once we get things disassembled on the vehicle, we want to take a look at the brake rotor. On this particular vehicle, we want to get the brake rotor off. On this design, it's got a parking shoe design for the parking brake system. We want to look at the linings, look at the mechanical components, make sure everything is in good condition. As well, on our brake rotor, one of the complaints on this vehicle was a brake pedal pulsation. If we look at the back side of the brake rotor, we can see a significant amount of rusting. There's also a runout issue. Runout meaning a high and a low spot. So when the brakes are being applied, really what's happening is the brake pad's riding up and down on a high and low spot on the brake rotor. In the brake pedal then, you get a thumping or a pulsating feeling. Could be at a high speed, it could be at a low speed. The way the rotor condition is right now, these rotors need to be replaced to go through and correct this particular problem. We also want to go through and inspect the caliper. Let's take a look at that a little bit more closely. Hi again, it's Carlo here from Sils Complete Auto Care Center. We want to take it a little bit further, see what's going on with the brakes once we've got things removed on it, see some of the common issues, see some of the common problems. We've got the brake caliper bracket removed. We want to go through and remove the brake pads on this bracket and inspect the brake linings on it. What we do is we use a micrometer, a measurement tool. The tool is green, yellow, red. It gives us an idea of how much thickness is left on these particular brake pads. When we measure these ones, we've got a measurement of 4 millimeters. With the condition of the brake rotors and the measurement that I got on the brake pads, we're going to be recommending replacement of the brake pads on this vehicle. If we look at a brand new brake pad, just to give you a comparison, we've got 10 millimeters. So there's over 50% of the brake linings that's been removed on this particular pad. So definitely it's going to need new pads. On the caliper bracket, we want to take a look at several different things. One, we want to take a look at the guide pins, which allow the brake pads to move back and forth. We can see how easily the pins move back and forth. I'm just using some light motion, but we can also take a look at the other one on this. It doesn't move whatsoever. And there's a fair bit of force that we're using on this. So we want to go through and make sure that these are moving properly. The other thing that we see on the calipers is we want to remove the brake hardware, these clips. The clips need to be cleaned and inspected for any cracks or any damage. We also want to make sure that there's no corrosion or clean any corrosion in the upper and lower sections of the bracket. We talked about the rotor, we talked about the caliper bracket. We also mentioned about the parking brakes on this particular vehicle. What we also want to look for on the parking brakes is to make sure that the linings are in good condition. In this particular vehicle, we can see that the parking brake linings come off the backing plate. Any of these issues with the caliper bracket, the parking brake, and the brake rotor, rust, corrosion, salt on the roads, driver habit, all contribute to this. These are some of the things that you're going to be looking for when you're doing a proper inspection. In this particular customer's vehicle's case, new pads, new rotors, and servicing and freeing up these caliper components are going to be what's going to be required to fix his brake pedal pulsation problem. When everything's reassembled, you want to make sure you use the proper lubricants in the caliper brackets. That prevents corrosion from coming back. It also keeps things moving properly, well lubricated. Hopefully this helps out. This is the way we go through and do a proper brake inspection here at Sils Complete Auto Care. I thank you very much. Thank you.